Hey everybody, today we have a Club Cadet 173cc self-propelled lawnmower. If you all follow the channel, this is the one that got dumped with a bunch of other stuff near where I work, and we went and picked it up. So we don't know anything about it. There's no gas in it at all. No gas. It does pull over, correct?
Yes.
Go ahead and pull it over. It does pull over. Okay, it does pull over. It's got a recycling plug in it. Go ahead and pull that out. Kind of weird how it comes out. It's got a recycling plug. Yep, stick it back in. It did have a bag, but what happened to the bag?
The bag disintegrated.
The bag disintegrated, so we just threw it away. Over here, this is pretty neat. So how do you do this? You lift this up, right?
Lift this up, and then you...
That unhooks, and then you close that, and ta-da! It's a recycler. So the tires actually do not look that worn down, like it's been used very much. Obviously it sat outside because of all the covers and all the paint's faded, and it was that way when we got it. Let's check the oil. It has oil. Is it milky or is it just weird? I think it's just weird. It's full. We're gonna go ahead and let's go check the air filter next. We'll leave that shut. All right. What does this knob do?
That is the choke.
That is the choke. All right. And of course we have the on off, and that's for the that's for the on off, and that's for the self-propelled, correct? Yes.
Yes.
And then that's the choke. All right. Ooh, that's nasty. Ooh, look at the rust in the carburetor. This thing has definitely sat outside. Does the choke even close? It looks like it closes. It's got a little rusty in the old carburetor there. All right. Should we even try to put any gas in it, or should we just take some starting fluid?
Starting fluid.
Let's try a little starting fluid. Just leave that off. We're gonna get the compressor, and we're gonna close the choke, which is right there. Did it close? Yep. All right, let's get something and blow that out. We're gonna blow that out and then get the starting fluid and see if it will at least run. One other thing we noticed is there is a big dent here on the valve cover. That could possibly be the reason why it doesn't run, or possibly doesn't run, because it might be hitting the rocker arm in there or whatever is in there. One thing I have to admit I do like about this lawnmower is it's got this nice handle to pick it up. This thing is heavy. All right, we're gonna fire the compressor up and blow this carburetor out, and we'll come back. Actually, before we do that, hey, come here. Let's tilt this thing down. Let me take a look underneath it. Let's look at the blade, and we'll get the overview all done. So here is the underside. As you see, it's a little rusty and crusty. Can you see that? Is it too dark? How about that? Little rusty, little crusty. The blade definitely needs to be sharpened, but there's no grass buildup underneath. It's really weird. All right, let it down. All right, we're gonna fire up the compressor and get that carburetor cleaned out, and we will be back. All right, well, we started to blow out the carburetor, and I don't know if this is gonna pick up. See all this white corrosion is flying out of the carburetor. See that? Just got a hold of my camera. So you can see it right there. It's all this white corrosion. All right, well, let's get some starting fluid in the secret starting fluid box. We're not even going to check for spark. We're just going to see if it fires up. Go ahead and pull it over and let's see what happens. All right.
Open the choke? Or?
Yeah, it's open. Just go, yeah, leave it open. All right, hold on. We're not getting anything. Let's, the spark plug is right here. And I can't get it off with one hand. Let me get the plug out and we'll see if we have spark. Okay, we just checked for spark. What I did is I took the test light and I grounded it, and then I put this up into the coil wire and watched for spark, and we definitely have spark. So G Junior's pulling the plug out now. Let's get this out of the way. Wonder if we got any of the stuff sucked up in the engine, or this thing could just be gone. It underwater, you know? Could have been underwater, all that corrosion. Usually the carburetors don't get water in them like that to corrode up.
No, it has been sitting for a long time.
Well, it's been sitting for a long time. Is it still dry? No, the plug's dry, but see the corrosion, that white corrosion? All right, well. Here, hold that. Yes, spray some starting fluid down in there. He's going to spray some starting fluid down in the cylinder. It feels like it's got compression, right?
Yeah.
All right.
Probably a little too much starting fluid. But...
That's all right. But by the time we get the plug in, half of it will evaporate. All right, go ahead and give it a little tight. All right, that's good. We have spark. It doesn't look that great, but it does have spark. All right, you want to pull it over again there, Junior?
Maybe a little bit.
Well, it sounded like it did something there for a second. Here, grab the camera. Let me. Sometimes things do not like starting fluid, so I have some gasoline. Here, help me tilt it that way a little bit. And let's go ahead and just. Okay, there we go.
Trench it.
Yeah. Go ahead and, I'll take the camera. Put a little gasoline in the carburetor. Go ahead and pull it over again. Nothing, huh?
No.
We have spark. We know there's a dent in the valve cover, but not even a pop. That's really weird. Like I said, we weren't getting a very good spark. Hey, let's go ahead and take these two 10mm nuts off and this 10mm bolt, and let's get to the carburetor. Let's take a peek in the carburetor a little bit better. This one, I'm not going to put any money into this one. I don't think it's worth doing anything to, really. Just, if we can get it running, we can get it running, but this one here just might be heading to the scrapper. Maybe pop the tires off if the tires are in good shape for another mower. This would be a good donor mower.
That skews pretty long.
That's the choke. That's just a gasket.
Yeah, it looks like a Honda carburetor.
Yeah, well, didn't you say it kind of looked like a Honda motor,
Yeah.
kind of?
Honda
Let's take
copycat.
Here, hold the light, please. The governor is frozen. So this outer is the choke plate, and that we know moves, but the inside for the throttle is stuck wide open. Now, I don't know if it's because of the actual
Governor arm
in the mechanism inside, or the carburetor is just stuck. Oh, here's a pair of channel. And of course, everything's plastic. Everything's plastic nowadays. It's now let me get a little WD-40. Let's get a little bit more. All right. Well, it is moving a little bit, but I'm scared I'm going to break it. And like I said, I can't tell if the governor is frozen or if it's the carb, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it's the carburetor.
Yeah, the carburetor. Yeah, it's the carburetor, I think. All right. Here, can we get that out of the way? Get the flashlight. Can you take and wiggle this arm and let me see if it's moving in here a little bit? Now grab it here.
I feel like I want to break it too.
Yeah, yeah. See the butterfly valve in there is not moving. Let me have a screwdriver that'll fit into the carburetor, and we'll see if we can move that butterfly. All right. Here, hold the camera. All right. So we come in here and. It is locked up tighter than tight. We don't have another carburetor we could stick on this, do we?
Yeah, I could look and see.
All right, well, we're gonna go look and see if we have another carburetor, because this carburetor's throttle is stuck, and it's really stuck, and we don't want to pry on this too much because it's just plastic. It's probably gonna break. So the throttle butterfly is stuck on this one. I don't even know how we're gonna get the carburetor apart. We might be able to. Let me go look and see if we have another carburetor we can stick on it, and go from there. And then we'll see. We'll pull this off and see if the intake valve's moving also. Okay, so I started to take and try to pull this carburetor off. So I went ahead and I disconnected the fuel line there. So now the carburetor is sliding out farther, but now it's hitting this bar. Well, this bar is bolted behind the front wheel and behind the rear wheel. So I'm gonna have to get this bar out of the way. Even if I think I take the float roll off, I still don't think it's gonna clear. So I'm gonna have to take the front wheel off to get this bar and lift it up so we can get the carburetor out of the way. So that's what I'm working on now. G Junior's over here looking through some of our parts to see if we have a carburetor. Oh, there's a piston. Find anything yet?
No, not yet.
All right, keep looking. All right, well, let me get the tire off and see if we can get this carburetor off. All righty, now that I got that bar out of the way, the carburetor, I was able to slide it out to get the linkages off. This is the choke linkage here, and this is for the governor, and the governor seems to be loose. So as you can see here, this isn't moving at all. This is the choke. It's moving. See the choke's moving okay, but the actual throttle butterfly is not moving. And I just went ahead, the camera is not going to pick this up. There is a huge piece of corrosion up in here. See, this thing obviously had a bunch of water in it, and let me lift this up, set this in the way, pull this off, and maybe get a better look in there. Can you see all the stuff in there? This thing has definitely been underwater. I can see the valve in there. I don't know if the camera's going to pick it up. There's a the valve is in there. I don't know if the valve is moving or not. It could be frozen. Let me get G Junior up here to pull over. We'll see if the valve is moving. If the valve isn't moving, I think we're just going to write this one off. And unfortunately, we'll just take some parts off this one and send it to the metal yard. All right, let me see if I can get you guys up in here to see the valve. Can you see the valve up in there? Go ahead and pull it over, Bri. Well, the valve is moving, definitely, but we don't have a carburetor for it. It's a very popular carburetor. I'm surprised we don't have one. It's a HUAYA, a Hiya carburetor. But yeah, it's the throttle bore stuck. We got the tire off. The tires are all rusted up. Look at that. Sorry about the camera work today. Just trying to keep you all in frame has been kind of hard. Here, lift up a little bit. Let me go ahead. Yeah, there we go. Let me go ahead and put this back on. All right, set it down. All right, let's go ahead and put that back on there. All right. Flashlight off. All right, hey, let's just go ahead and pull it over and see if it starts. We're just gonna give it. If it fires up, it'll give wide open throttle. So just be careful. But it should shut down immediately. Hold on. Fire! It backfired. We have fire. And I know that the intake valve, the exhaust valve is open and closing because I can see that. Go ahead and pull it over again. Let's see if it does anything.
Plug back in?
The plug's back in. How do you think it caught on fire? The sparks did it. All right, well, we're gonna need to find some type of carburetor for it. I don't, well, let's just do it. Let's do it one more time. All right. Okay, do it again. It was really backfiring through the intake real bad, so who knows if the valve is actually closed. There could be a bunch of corrosion in there, so the cylinder head needs to come apart. Yeah, I think me and G Junior has come to an agreement. I think this one is done for. We don't have a carburetor for it. It won't even fire up a little bit. There's probably something wrong with the valves. Obviously, there's been a lot of water in the motor. You know, the cylinder could be screwed. We have other lawnmowers that we need to work on. I think this one is going to scrap. We'll take the tires off of it. The tires are in very good shape. We'll keep the carburetor even though it's messed up, just because there might be a good float and needle and seat and all that stuff in there. But we just have so many lawnmowers, we got to let some of them go. So unfortunately, the Cub Cadet is going to be going to the great metal yard in the sky. Oh, and by the way, we have merch. We have merchandise. So here I am. I'm wearing one of the merchandise shirts that says G Automotive and More on the front, and we've got Mr. Gravelly on the back. Check it out in my description at the bottom of the video, and check it out. We have like 4 items. Please go buy something. So I think we're gonna leave this one here. The poor Cub Cadet is going to the great metal yard in the sky.
Yep.
All right, everybody. Thanks a lot for watching. Please subscribe. You can always do that in that corner there. Please give me a thumbs up if you like my videos. Please give me a thumbs down if you don't like my videos. And go check out my merchandise I have up in my pop-up store. Thanks a lot for watching, everybody. We'll catch you later. Okay, bonus time, bonus time. So we went ahead and put the carburetor that is stuck in the vise, and we went ahead and pulled the float bowl off. And it is super nasty. Look at all the rust in this thing. Does the float even move? The float is even stuck. And look at all the rust in there. So I don't even think I'm going to keep this carburetor now. Alrighty, you know, this thing, like I said, was thrown away. It was abandoned on the side of the road, and we went and rescued it because we didn't want the stuff just laying there on the side of the road. Yeah, hey, if you have stuff, please throw it away properly. You know, don't throw it on the side of the road. You can take these down to the landfill, or you can take them to the metal yard. You know, just don't throw them on the side of the road. That's for lazy people. All right, everybody, thanks a lot for watching the bonus footage. We'll catch you all in the next one.